I got a confession to make. I sold my Fuji GW690II just recently. Actually, I swapped it, and I think I've got regrets. About 2 months ago, now maybe a bit longer, we'll go 3. I was doing my research for a camera to complement my Mamiya 645, and I really wanted a rangefinder. Never shot a rangefinder before in my life, and I wanted to do landscape photography with it, and some streetscapes, street photography, things like that. If you've seen on my channel, and yeah. And I recently just swapped it out for another camera, and I think I got regrets. So having just recently purchased, I don't want to sit on it and put on eBay or somewhere and sit on it for months, who knows. So I reached out to a film camera company in Sydney that sell secondhand film cameras, and I asked them would they like to do a straight out swap with another camera, another medium format camera, and yeah, they were straight up, yep, let's do this. So I did that. And while all this was happening, I sent away 2 black and white rolls of film from the GW690. They just recently came back, and boy, oh boy, was I blown away by the image negative size. And that's where the regret comes in. I want to bring up this diagram for those of you who don't understand or know the size of film and what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the real estate or the size of the negatives. I don't worry about the image. This isn't focal length. This is just the pure size of negatives. So 135 obviously is 35mm. Your standard SLR 35mm. Next is what I have is 645. I'm a Mamiya 645, which you can see is slightly larger than a 35. Then we're going to go 6x6 square crop format. 6x7. And then the massive, you see it fills the whole frame of this picture here. 6x9, just massive real estate, and that's purely why I brought this camera. So you might be asking yourself, why did you swap this camera out? Well, the GW690II or any of those GW690 series have their quirks. They're fully automatic camera, so they've got no batteries. So they're fully mechanically operated. So they have no battery in it, no light meter or anything like that, which is fine. But the struggling was the focusing in a rangefinder. Having never shot one, I've always shot DSLR, SLR, or mirrorless. And if you've ever shot with a rangefinder, I'll just show you a little rangefinder here. This is my little Agfa rangefinder. So that's a rangefinder. You're not looking through the lens in an SLR. So down through a mirror prism, straight through the lens, you're looking at your composition. A rangefinder, you're looking through the viewfinder side of the camera. It's using some parallax from here to the lens. I don't want to go into it because I don't know anything about it. but when you're focusing with a rangefinder with this the Fuji, so you have a dot in the middle of your focusing screen, and you have your main subject. And then you've got to line up the blurry outline of that subject. It's like a faint double exposure. It's looking, and you line it up, and then you know you're in focus. That's all good and dandy, but try doing that in low light on a windy day when you're in a forest. And for landscape photography in those conditions, it was just, I wanted to love this camera so much. But It was a no-go. It was so frustrating. So after getting the scan negatives back, I threw them into Lightroom and I had a little play with them. A little bit of editing, not too much, just sort of opened up the shadows a bit and dropped the highlights as you do. Yeah, this is where this camera shines, to be honest with you. Just a everyday walk around, streetscape sort of photography. I don't know what I was whinging about, to be honest with you. I mean, what's that saying? A good carpenter never blames his tools. But yeah, I'm just going to jump into Lightroom here, and it blew my mind zooming in on one of these images. This is the image you just saw, and I'm going to bring it up in Lightroom, and I'm going to zoom in 100%. And just please remember, this is film. This is off a film. Bit of plastic, bit of celluloid. Look at the defects in the concrete here, the scratchings, the markings. Look at the work on the light here. They botched that job up. But come down here, New Worth building. This is actually a campus of a university here in Ballarat. So this is the New Worth building. The bin, you can read the serial number on the bin, and I'm probably standing 12 feet away from this bin, probably a bit more. The fixed lens on the Fuji was a 90mm, so coming in, zooming, yeah. City of Ballarat. There's something inside the building lent up against the window. Can't quite read what that is, but and then there's this poster, Nourishment Nook. Yeah, almost read or make out what that says. Yeah, so 6x9 negative is just mind-blowing. Some scratches or something up on the window there. It's just unreal. Yeah, so if you want to get a 6x9 or large negatives, yeah, and you do street photography, it's probably the camera for you. Everything's just sharp and in focus too, to be honest. Yeah, that's due to me, the photographer. But yeah, handheld, sensational. And who knows, down the track I might repurchase the 6x9 again with the regrets. But in saying that, I did swap it out for an amazing camera, which I want to talk about in a future vlog. Yeah, I'm really excited to get out and shoot with this camera. More to my liking, SLR, looking down the mirror, straight down the lens. Yeah, sorry rangefinders. Maybe it was a Leica, you know, I wouldn't be on here whinging, but till next time. Yeah, until next. So, stick around. So yeah, stick around, and so you probably want to stick around and see what camera I swapped it out for. That'll be next week. So see you then.